Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to go on a tour of Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas. We're going to check out Diamond Lake, a neighborhood near Crown Lake, as well as a home there. So come along with me and see some of what Horseshoe Bend has to offer. Diamond Lake is not the largest lake in Horseshoe Bend, but it's not the smallest lake either. Obviously it's good for fishing. There's a couple vehicles out here today dropping out their boat, putting it in the water. This is the boat launch on Diamond Lake. So this is where you'd come to put in your boat. I suppose you could do some fishing right here if you wanted to also. They've got a parking lot here for you to leave your vehicle so you can put it in the water, put your boat in the water, go out do some fishing and take it back out. It's a little bit windy today, so there's quite a bit of a wave on the water. But since Diamond Lake is not the largest, it's a no-wake lake. Got a nice new bench here. And it really is designed for boating, slow boating, no wake, fishing, and swimming. So if you're wanting to be on the water and not have somebody right on top of you, this would be a better area to be looking on Diamond Lake. Crown Lake is going to be much more populated and houses are very close together because it is the larger lake and has more activity on it.
There is currently only one home for sale on Diamond Lake in Horseshoe Bend, and it's on this side of the lake before you get to the dam. It has over 2,500 square feet on 2 levels. It's listed for $410,000. Since it is a newer home, it's only 10 years old, and it sits on 2¼ acres. It is pretty private. There's only one home that has sold in the last year. It actually sold last month, and that one sold for $270,000, and it was less than 2,500 square feet, but it was on almost an acre. Just to give you an idea of what homes are selling and listed for on this lake. Diamond Lake is 116 acres, so it's not as large as Crown Lake, which is over 600 acres, nor as small as Pioneer Lake, which is only 30 acres. Due to its size, it is a no-wake lake, so you can have smaller boats on it as long as you don't drive too fast. "1012 Fairwater Circle" is a new listing in Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home with almost 2,000 square feet. On the main level, you'll find a kitchen with an eat-in area as well as an island. It includes dishwasher, stove, and microwave, and the washer and dryer hookups are also right in the kitchen, so that's easily located. The deck can be accessed in the kitchen, the living room, and the primary bedroom. It has an open living and dining area with a gas log fireplace. There are 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on the main level, and that's also where you can get the seasonal view of Crown Lake. These are both large bedrooms at 15 and 14 by 12 on the upper level. Since the electricity is provided by NAEC, you also have access to fiber optic internet through Next. And then on the lower level, you'll find it set up as a 3rd bedroom, plus you have another bathroom on this level. There's also backup propane wall heater in the basement for cool nights or when the power goes out. Separate office space, as well as a workshop storage area that can be accessed through the office or from the exterior. On the outside, you'll find a patio on the lower level, a wraparound deck on the upper level. There is a fenced-in area, includes the lot next door, and it is a fairly level lot, plus there is a carport. Taxes last year on this home were less than $1,000. That includes both county taxes and MRID taxes for both lots. And if you make this your primary residence, you have a $600 homestead credit that comes off of those taxes. Several updates to this home in the last couple years, including both heat and air units, updates to the bathrooms and the kitchen and the fireplace, plus some of the appliances were updated as well, so it is remodeled and ready for you to move in.
Crown Lake is the largest lake in Horseshoe Bend. Actually, it's the largest lake in Sharp, Fulton, and Izard County because it's 640 acres. And it goes out on a peninsula here, so you lose the lake for a little bit, but we'll catch it on the other side. Fairwater Circle is a great place to get a good view of the water because it's like a big peninsula and you can see the water pretty good almost all the way around this. Most of the homes in Horseshoe Bend are on pretty level ground. If you get a little bit farther away in Cherokee Village, it's a little more hilly because we're in the foothills of the Ozarks, but this is farther out, so it's pretty much level ground. You're not going to have quite as much hills. But you will still see plenty of walkout basements in Horseshoe Bend, and you'll also see more garages in Horseshoe Bend than Cherokee Village. Not really sure why, but that's just kind of how it is. You can see there is still land that's undeveloped here and could be, and this one's even cleared. This is a lot that's cleared that goes right up to the lake. So these neighborhoods aren't completely congested. You do have a little bit of breathing room where houses aren't right on top of one another. But even if you had a place across the street, I think you'd have a pretty good view because the houses on the lake aren't up on a hill. They're kind of down in the valley. And so you'd have a little bit of a hill across the street and still have a good view. And just having a view of the water is good for your mental health.
Currently, there are 9 homes for sale on Crown Lake. The homes start out at about $350,000 and go almost to $1 million. Now, as far as sold homes on Crown Lake, there was 7 in about the last year, and they sold between $310,000 to $1.5 million. Obviously, that $310,000 is going to be small. It was a 2-bedroom, and the highest one was large at 4,000 square feet on 1.5 acres. And now, about this time, as we're driving, we're getting close to the end of the view on Fairwater Circle, and as we continue up the hill, you can see how close this house that you've just toured is to the lake. It's just around the corner from Crown Lake, and that's why you have a view from the primary bedroom.
Thank you for taking a tour with me of Horseshoe Bend, Arkansas. We got to see some of Crown Lake, some of Diamond Lake, and a home nearby. Now, if you think Horseshoe Bend might be the perfect place for you, that's great. Give me some questions or check out the other tours I've done of other neighborhoods in Horseshoe Bend. If it doesn't look quite right, check out this tour I did of Ozark Acres. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.